Welcome virtually to the grounds of Rough Point, the Newport home of Doris Duke, for our first Sunset Yoga class. Doris Duke was a practitioner of yoga herself, and we're so glad you could join us at her home for this Vinyasa class, led by Patti Doyle from Innerlight Yoga in Middletown. In our opinion, there is no better view for a class than that of the ocean at Rough Point, and we hope this program leaves you relaxed and re-energized. We're so happy you could join us. Enjoy.
So just take a moment to arrive on your mat, taking a comfortable seated pose, lengthen the spine and wide collarbones, palms resting in lap. And then soften your eyes as a means to go inside. Tap into the reservoir of your breath, and as you can do, make your way to a comfortable breath that is both even in volume and duration for both your in and your exhale. And this is the breath we hold on to for the balance of our time together. With eyes still closed, reaching arms up high to ceiling or sky, and take a gentle twist to the right. Full inhale, even with belly girdle down your twist, and deep exhale. Returning to center, inhale, rise arms, and then exhale, twist left. Same moment to elongate the spine on the inhale, relax into the pose on the exhale. Come back to center with elongated arms and slowly make your way to all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Inhale takes the gaze high, abdomen low, sit bones expressive. And the exhale curls everything inward, chin to chest, navel to spine, tuck to tailbone. You'll find a few here with your own synchronicity with breath and movement. And this is just a way to undulate our spine and begin the all-important warm-ups. From here, extend your arms long in front and lay the chin and the chest down into puppy pose, which is a very gentle back bend. Nice way to start the practice. Rolling onto your abdomen right into Sphinx pose. So staying on forearms, legs can be wide apart, still staying with a gentle back bend. Receive. Gaze forward. And when you're ready to let it go, push back, or push up rather, to a more assertive back bend of Cobra. Soft elbows though. And then we push all the way back to child's pose, arms long, maybe 10 fingers en route. And this is a pose to remember, so if efforting ever gets overwhelming to you in movement, come back to this pose. Slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Hips high, heels yearning low. Rise your right leg high to ceiling or sky. Bend the knee for the open hip moment. And then slowly send the right foot between your hands, drop to your back knee, and rise to supported warrior. Shoulders relaxed. Exalt as you take the left arm behind you to a body part. Both come forward for your twist to the right. Right arm rises. And then frame your forward foot, flexing it, and bow to half split. Hamstring stretch. Breathe. Return the foot to your mat. Free the back knee so that you can arrive into high plank to knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Mouth close to your mat. Be familiar with the cadence of your breath. When you're ready, rise to downward facing dog. And we'll begin the warm-up on the second side as our left leg rises and the knee bends, opening our hip. Slowly take a foot between your hands and drop to the back knee. Exalt when you're ready. Right arm reaches behind, left arcs to the ear. Cartwheeling both forward as you twist left, knee down, well supported. To center, half split, bow. Chin in general direction of knee. Rise, free back knee, high plank. And now if you feel ready, low plank or return to knees, chest, chin. From here, it's upward facing dog. Over toes, downward facing dog. So get comfortable with your stance before walking your arms and hands back to your feet, taking rag dog. Starting with hands holding opposite shoulders, progressing to opposite elbows, swaying side to side, and then a release of the arms so that you can gently take the right arm high, twisting right, and then left arm high, twisting left. Rejourney the hands forward, downward facing dog. And then walking with ever so slowly to at or near the top of your mat for the halfway rise, flat back, and the eventual bow. With soft knees, rise your way on up to stand, and take the hands to the heart center in equal standing pose. Preparing for Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, rising arms and gaze high to ceiling or sky. Exhale, fold, again, soft knees if hamstrings protest. Lengthen out halfway, step to a high plank, low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. So when we take the shape of downward facing dog, feel free to pedal feet or sway hips. There's no need to be statuesque in this pose, but you hold for about 3 to 5 breaths in the namaskars. Gently walk to the top of the mat for your flat back and the eventual forward fold. And then root down through the feet. Rise your way back up to stand. Hands to heart center, equal standing. Again, I'll give an option to deepen. Rise arms and gaze. Exhale to fold. Halfway rise. Here you might decide to float back right into low plank, or you'll step lightly as you did. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Yes. Regulating the breath, so smoothing it over if you find it gets choppy at all with the increased movement of a jump back. When you're ready to get to the top of your mat, see if you can send all the breath away, gaze forward, walk or float to the top. Lengthen out and then bow. Soft knees, rise to vertical, hands overhead before returning them to your heart. One last Surya Namaskar A. Free the breath from your body. Shift your gaze forward. Walk or float to the top. Fold in half. Come all the way up to stand and complete Sun Salutation A. Coming into Surya Namaskar B, variation, sink to chair. Hips are low, heart is high. Fold in half as you've been doing. Lengthen out halfway. Walk or float your way back and down to low plank. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Rise the right leg high. Step it forward between your hands. Come on up to crescent warrior. Cactus up arms for a wide heart. Clasp hands at your low back and gaze high. And then humble warrior as the right shoulder comes to the inner knee. Crown of the head drops. Halfway rise. Taking your left arm forward and your right arm back so that you can twist right. Open, warrior two. Exalt, straight-legged. Give the forward thigh a reprieve. And then cartwheel your arms to frame your forward foot. To challenge the core, one-legged high to low plank. Upward facing, downward facing. Same movements, left side, high left leg. Step to crescent warrior. Cactusing up arms as the shoulder blades seemingly come together. Hands clasp at low back as knuckles drop to your mat. Humble warrior. Halfway rise. Send your right arm forward and your left arm back. Look behind you and then open to warrior two. Exalt, straight-legged. Maybe lifting forward toes. Both arms framed forward foot. High to low plank, one-legged or two. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Remind yourself that you can pedal feet and sway hips. Seek the movement you need to garner the openings in your physical body. Deep inhale, deep exhale, float on empty, top of mat. Bow. Sink to chair. End this way you began it. And then hands to heart center, add near top of your mat, equal standing pose. Coming into our standing garlands as the right foot crosses our left thigh for figure four, and we sink into now more open hips, possibly. Rising to victory as the right leg extends to straight in front of you, a little wobbly. Set your right foot down, airplane your arms, pick up left knee, left leg is back behind you, warrior three. Crescent warrior on the descent to warrior two. Exalt, straight-legged. Right into triangle pose, reaching, eventually placing the right hand anywhere on your shin, foot, mat. Left arm rises high, hips and shoulders open here, limbs expressive. Gaze up. Lower the gaze. Return to warrior two. 5-pointed star. Fold in the center of straddle. Crown of the head reaching for the mat. Rise halfway. Leave your right arm down and send your left arm high. Twisting here with level hips. Fold symmetrically, letting that go. Returning back over the forward leg. For lizard, you can start on palms or perhaps lower to forearms. Back knee is your choice, off or on mat. Gaze in front of you on the earth. Send the breath to that forward hip flexor. Breathe. Free the back knee when you're ready to exit. Step into high plank to downward facing dog. High right leg, open hip. Generous step to the top of your mat. Same with the left, so the feet come together, halfway rise and fold. You're coming all the way up to stand and readying yourself for your second side. Take your time. When you're ready, left foot crosses right thigh, figure four. Sink. Rise to victory for 3, 2, 1. Left leg down, airplane arms, right knee rises, warrior 3. Closed hip, toes to the earth. Crescent warrior to warrior two. Exhale as you lengthen the forward leg. Coming right into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Gaze low, rise to warrior two. Skandasana flow, right knee bends, then the left. Going low to challenge the core, right knee bends again, as does the left. Once more to each. Eventually landing hands in the center underneath your mouth. Leave the right one there, rise the left arm. Fold symmetrically before pivoting back over your left foot. Lizard on this side. No two sides of our body are alike, so this might be tighter or more forgiving. Just breathe into now your left hip flexor. Begin to exit the pose safely by finding high plank, downward facing dog. Rise left leg, step to the top of your mat, bring the right to meet it. Fold. Come all the way up to stand. Hands to heart center, equal standing pose. Second standing garland. The right foot crosses again the left thigh, or you may go deeper and begin to cradle the right low leg as you bring your spine to vertical. Extend to victory, 3, 2, 1. Hands now at heart. Left knee picks up. Warrior 3. Crescent warrior. Warrior 2. Exalt. Side angle, which you can take with right arm on thigh or right hand to your mat to the inner foot. If you've got a block, you might rest it there as the block rests to the inner foot. Left arm is either high or coming over your upper ear. Warrior 2. Cartwheel both arms around, framing the right foot, and then allow your right leg to go high in the air, open the hip, slowly lower to rock star, keeping a bend through your right knee, gaze is high. Return to one-legged downward facing, knee to nose, and then fall in triangle as our right leg going to the upper left corner of mat, and then left arm high. Limbs expressive. Release your way back to downward facing dog. Rising right leg, step it wide to the top of your mat. Do the same with your left. And find squat pose. This can be a nice restorative moment. Come back to a natural rhythmic breath if you kind of lost it in the garland and the flow. And then fold in half as you prepare for your second side. When you're ready, left foot will cross the right thigh. Cradle the leg. Victory. Left leg to the earth, hands to heart. Right knee picks up, goes behind you, warrior 3. Crescent warrior to warrior 2. Exalt, straight-legged. Side angle. Supported or fully expressed. Gaze low, rise, warrior two. Cartwheel your arms around as your left leg rises high and the knee bends. Make your way to rock star again. This is a back bend prep. One-legged downward facing. Left knee to the nose and then to the upper right corner of the mat. Right arm and gaze to ceiling or sky. Release. Stepping your left leg forward and wide. Same with your right. Enter the squat. Hands at heart. Make your way eventually to your forward fold and to your rise of equal standing pose. At or near top of your mat, sinking back to chair pose. This is Utkatasana. Hips low, heart high, hands at the heart, still sinking low. And then twist ever so gently to the right. The left upper arm will go to your outer right thigh. Gaze follows that same line. Taking a deep twist to the right, but level knees. Fold in half and separate your feet 2 fist distance. Pick up the big toes with your peace fingers and then fold in for a hamstring stretch. Crown of the head is toward your mat. There's nothing to see. Looking forward, so just drop all the way down. Elbows wide or to the back of your mat. Detach from the big toes, step your feet and knees back to touch, sink to chair, high inhale, clear the space, and then we'll twist to the left. Now it's the right upper arm that's to the outer left thigh. Gaze in front or possibly elevated. Fold, separating your feet once again with 2 fist distance. And now gorilla, sliding palms underneath your feet. Maybe toes massage wrists. This is a tougher moment for hamstrings, so feel free to bend knees deeply if necessary. Extricate your hands, feet back together, sinking down to chair pose. Hands at heart and sink all the way down, hovering over heels. Your left arm will go forward and your right arm is back, and then look behind you, keeping torso to the center. Come back to center with hands and gaze, and work to the other side. Challenge your gaze to go to your back hand. It's hard. Knees forward. Return to center. Without the use of your hands, slowly take your seat on the mat. Prepare for boat pose here by supporting your legs, bent or straight, or fully expressing the pose. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly let it go. Lower your left knee inches from the earth. Pulse the right leg in straight, and then switch sides. Pilates single straight legs. To challenge the core, the shoulders remain off of your mat. If you're fatiguing, lie them down. Knees together to be held closely to the chest. Perhaps a gentle rocking side to side. We're setting up for our back bends, but taking a last opportunity to open our hips. This is figure 4 on the earth as the right foot crosses the left thigh. You could stay there or go a little bit deeper by cradling the right low leg and elevating shoulders, and maybe extending to straight your left leg. Take half happy baby pose as you lie back, but draw the right knee along the midline of your body, holding the foot with right hand. Your left hand can secure your left hip down on the earth. And if you love a hamstring strengthener or lengthener, go ahead and extend your right leg that's being held long and wide to the side. Your left arm can be a ballast as it goes to a T on the earth. Hug the right knee to the midline and then replace the foot to your mat and work this figure 4 to your second side. Left foot crossing right thigh to stay, to go deeper, or just breathe into that left hip flexor to whatever degree you can. Half happy baby on this side as you lie back. Left knee lowers to the midline. Take the hamstring stretch if you'd like it. If not, stay with the bent knee. And then slowly return knees to chest, feet to your mat, hip width distance apart. Arms are by your side, setting up for bridge pose. So there'll be 3 back bends in total here. When you're ready, on inhale, lift buttocks and each vertebrae at a time until you rise to your shoulder girdle, feeling nothing in your neck. Lower down and receive that back bend. If you sense that you could go deeper, I'll give a variation to do so. Otherwise, stay where you were. On inhale, re-rise. And perhaps now clasping hands underneath your low back, spreading one shoulder at a time further underneath so that you come up slightly higher, but still on shoulders only, not neck. Knees tracking parallel, not splaying in or out. And then let it go, return to the earth. There's one more back bend. We package them rather closely together. When you're ready, inhale to your third and final bridge pose, your choice of an arm placement. And then come all the way down, widen your feet, the width of your mat, and knock your knees to touch. You might take a hand to abdomen and a hand to heart as a means to regulate your breath because, sometimes in back bending the breath quickens. Return to a rhythmic cadence. And then let the soles of the feet find each other as the knees widen. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. The hands can be on the body as they were or by your side. Gentle restorative pose to counter your back bends. And you feel complete, full happy baby pose. Simultaneously, hands reach for feet, knees alongside you, and low back is pressing to your mat. Try not to elevate that here. As you did on the one side, you can straddle with straight legs. Hold behind your knees as you bend and rock your way right on up to a seat. Bending your right leg, foot to inner left thigh. Fold over your straight left leg and flex left foot. Slowly rise. Widen the left leg off to the side. Maintain some distance between the right sole and the left leg. And now let your left arm come to your inner left leg and send your right arm in the general direction of your left foot. Doesn't have to touch, the hand might. Taking a deep stretch for the side waist on the right side body. Slowly rise, leaning into your right palm, elevating buttocks. A little bit of a gate pose here as a counter. Return to the seat and take your right leg on top for a seated twist to the right. Left leg can be bent or straight. From the base of your spine to the cervical part of your spine. Twist to the right. Counter pose left. Simply turn your body, not moving legs yet. When you come back to the center, send the soles of your feet back to touch, this time in a seated capacity, holding toes, and begin to fold over your bent knees toward your toes. Lift on up. Bench pose. Knees bend. Press your feet and hands. Level your body. Last bit of core work here before retaking your seat. Extending to straighten out your right leg. Left foot to inner thigh. Fold over your right straight leg. Lift the torso. Widen the right leg. Right arm to the inner leg, maybe holding fingers to your ankle. Left arm rises. Hand reaches in the general direction of your right foot. Take a stretch for the left side waist. Come on up. Gate pose as a counter. Take your seat. Extend or take the left leg over the right. Seated twist now to the left. counter pose right. And cross your legs. Extend both legs to straight as your arms rise to frame ears. Exhale, folding now over both legs. Slowly lift. A return to a reverse table or bench pose. Or if you'd like to go slightly deeper, legs lengthen. Hold your body up. And then softly take the buttocks back down to your mat. Roll down onto your mat. Hug knees to chest, rocking gently from side to side. Crossing the right leg atop the left. This is eagle legs. Arms tee up on the earth. And then the knees drop to the left, gaze right. If you'd rather not cross your legs, just stack the knees atop one another. Neutral your neck as you lift the knees, unwind, recross, and then dropping your knees to the right, gaze is left. Neutral neck, unwinding legs, and then send your legs straight on up to the ceiling or sky. We're beginning our inversion closing sequence. If you know shoulder standing, have that in your practice. You can support your hips or low back and send your legs higher up. If your neck is healthy, feel free to lower your feet behind your head to plow, still supporting hips or low back. And then slowly lower your spine, your buttocks to the earth on forearms. Prop yourself up. Slide your palms right underneath your buttocks. Wide collarbones. Fish pose. Can have an open throat or not. Can have the back of your head touching your mat or not. And then when you feel complete, chin to chest, arms by your side as your legs widen the width of your mat, palms up, soften your eyes, suspend all of your energy and movement, and take your final pose of Shavasana. Integrating your pose here. Deepen into your breath and begin to invite soft movement to return. Might be fingers, toes, ankles, and wrists. You can receive a full body stretch. And then eventual release onto your side. And hover here, final moments. Reconnecting with our breath, reconnecting with intention. And when you feel ready to close, slowly rise to your seat. With hands at our hearts, we seal in the benefits, the Bani, the beauty of this practice through the gesture of Namaste as your thumbs rise to your brow, and then we bow. Namaste.